Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments and for subscribing. In this video I'll be updating you on Twist of Fate. Prachi finds Dida, and guess what? Grandma Dida points at Alia and Rhea for kidnapping her. You need to watch to the end to find out how it happened. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification button to be notified anytime I drop a new video. Please like this video, download this video, enjoy this video, share this video. Tell me what you feel about this video in the comment section. Let's go. The episode starts with Pallavi and Prachi coming to the room. The goons hide Dida behind the sofa and they hide behind the curtain. Prachi asks if there is any work. Pallavi asks her to sit quietly. She calls Ranbir and asks him to bring Sid and Pandit Ji there. Rahul asks Mihika to tell his friends about the mistake which they were about to do. Mihika says, Mr. J, this powder is dangerous, that someone's life can go. Rahul makes her smell chloroform. Sid comes there. They all hide with Mihika. Mihika faints. Rahul's friends think to hide her somewhere. Rahul asks the other friends that they shall start. Vikram thinks if Inspector came to do Darshan of Bappa, the inspector takes Bappa's blessings. Alia sees the police and thinks to elope before the inspector tells the truth to Vikram. She thinks to elope, and just then she hears Inspector telling Vikram that they have seen two goons kidnapping an old lady and taking her in a car. He shows their pics to Vikram, saying they are wanted. Vikram says, I don't know. He asks Alia to see the goons speak. Alia sees and says she didn't see them. Inspector asks Rhea why she is nervous and sweating as if she knows them. Alia asks, what do you want to say? Inspector tells that the car is parked here. Alia says it is impossible. Inspector asks, do you think that the lady belongs to this house and the goons will not bring her here? He says, you want to say that the thieves will not hide her from where they have kidnapped her. Rhea says, yes, she heard this saying. Inspector says, it seems that you tackle goons. Vikram asks Inspector to search the goons without telling the guest. Ranbir comes to Sid and asks him to come. He asks Pandit Ji to come. Sid asks what happened. Ranbir says, why you didn't tell me that Mihika came to Delhi as she came here. Sid is surprised and thinks Mihika is here. The inspector shows the goons speak to Ranbir and tells that they have brought an old lady here. Sid thinks Mihika has eloped and came here. Ranbir asks Sid to come. Rhea and Alia hear them. Rahul asks his friends if everything is ready. They see Vikram coming there with police. Rahul says they have forgotten the way to go out. Kohli tells him directions to go out and asks him to ask the watchman. His friend says that girl might have called the police. Rahul says no, I made her smell chloroform. His friend is scared. Rahul says we shall know why the police came. Rhea packed her bags. Alia asks what is she doing. Rhea says you called me to hotel and Dida came behind me. She says Dida might have heard about our lie of Prachi's pregnancy. She says police and goons have come here. She asks if she is waiting to party with them. Alia says you appreciate me for my plan, and if it fails, then you scold me. Rhea says if our plan failed and says I need to go. Alia stops her. Rhea says I will jump down from the window. Alia stops her and asks her to stop acting like children. She asks, don't you trust me or not? Rhea says yes. Alia says, I got Prachi and Sid's marriage fixed. Rhea says, if Dida opens her mouth, then nothing will be left. Alia says there is some way to handle Dida and tells that they shall brainwash Pallavi so that she doesn't believe anything. Ranbir brings Sid to the room. Pallavi asks Sid to sit. Sid sits beside Prachi. Pallavi asks Pandit Ji to match their kundalis. Prachi gets up sad. Ranbir feels pain seeing her sadness. He imagines Prachi saying her heart is bleeding, how he can do this, how he can let his love blood flow, and how can he trust the wrong. She imagines Ranbir telling that he will always support her, but they can't be in the same boat, as he has promised the baby to give him both parents' love. Pallavi calls Ranbir and tells that next Monday Muharat is auspicious. Ranbir says good. This will bring auspicious time for everyone. Just then his phone falls down. Prachi bends down to pick his phone. The goons are watching them. Prachi notices someone is behind the sofa. She moves the blanket and sees Dida in it. Vikram takes Inspector to Dida's room. The inspector asks if the old lady was your mother. Vikram says Mommy G is busy with guests. He calls her and tells her his call is not connecting. Inspector says, how can there be a network problem in this house? Prachi says Dida is here. Ranbir and Sid move the blanket from Dida. Pallavi says make her lie down on the bed. Alia and Rhea come there to brainwash Pallavi and get stoned to see Dida there, and goons hiding behind the curtain. Alia signs the goons to run away. They refuse. Ranbir brings water. Prachi opens the cup. Ranbir sprinkles water on Dida's face. Alia takes out goons forcefully from behind Ranbir, Prachi, and Pallavi's back. Rhea takes the blanket and holds it to hide the goons. Prachi looks at it. Rhea says, who can do this? Who can place this blanket on Dida? Prachi says, you are hiding something behind this blanket. The episode starts with Prachi asking Rhea if she's hiding anything. She asks Alia why is she looking here and there. Alia says, I am seeing how Dida fainted. Vikram says, I am sure that my wife is in her room. He comes there with the police and says, Mommy is here. Ranbir says Dida was unconscious behind the sofa. The inspector says my doubt was right. Ranbir asks, what doubt? Dida opens her eyes. Pallavi says, thank God, you got consciousness. Ranbir asks, what happened to Dida? Inspector says, someone made you unconscious and then made you lie down here. Vikram says she has weakness. Pallavi asks if you will drink water. Alia signs the goons to come. Prachi asks Dida if she knows who has brought her here. Alia and Rhea are about to go out when Dida points finger at Alia and Rhea and takes their names. Alia and Rhea go from there. Inspector asks them to stop. Vikram and Ranbir go behind them. Pallavi asks Dida if they did this with you. Dida says, I know the truth, and asks Pallavi and Prachi to come with her. Rhea says, I wanted to get saved. Ranbir calls Rhea and asks, why are you running away? He asks if you are hiding. Vikram asks, why didn't you stop? Rhea says, we didn't hear anything. Inspector asks if they have kidnapped Dida and asks if they have enmity with her. Rhea says, we are family. Alia says, you are having a misunderstanding. Dida says, only I know the truth. Why you both have done this? I don't know. And says, you both have kidnapped a girl, surely. She says, I have seen the goons and that scared girl with them. She says, they wanted to kidnap her. Alia and Rhea asks, what is she saying? Dida says, you both had seen me there and got me kidnapped. She asks Vikram to ask them, who was that girl? Alia says everything happened due to Rhea. She forced me to say this. Rhea says she is lying. It was her plan. Alia asks her to say the truth. Rhea says, I told her that we shall not do this. This is wrong. But Sid says, you both have done this. Says my sister Mihika. Alia says Mihika came to Delhi due to Rhea. Rhea asks Dida if she thinks that she can try to harm her. Alia asks, why did you do this? You didn't listen to me. Rhea says, we both know what we have done. Then why are you acting? Alia says, you wanted that happiness to come here, which this house doesn't want to get. Pallavi asks what she's saying. Alia says, Rhea wanted to bring Mihika here, as she wanted her to get all the love and kept her in a hotel and was waiting for Dida's mood to get fine. Dida asks them to stop the stories. Aryan comes there. Rhea says, my brother Aryan is not my real brother, but I really miss him. She says, I used to call him daily. Aryan says, I never got your calls. Rhea says the number was wrong. She says, when you had come, I cried a lot hugging you. Iron says you cried as Ranbir married both Prachi and you, and not for me. Rhea says siblings love are such. She says Prachi and I fight a lot, but she knows that I love her a lot. She tells that I had saved Prachi when she met with an accident. She says she wanted Mihika to stay here. Dida says I saw Mihika scared and saw you both asking Goose to keep an eye on her. Mihika comes there and says whatever you saw was right, but you took the meaning wrong. Alia and Rhea smiles and look at each other. Rhea recalls telling Alia that they shall tell that Dida went to village. Alia says we shall tell that Dida went somewhere. Just then, they see Mihika under the table. Mihika frees her hands and looks at Alia and Rhea. Alia and Rhea threatens her, blackmailing her using Sid's name. Alia threatens to kill Sid if she doesn't do what they ask her to do. Mihika says nobody had kidnapped me, and Rhea had told me that she wanted to bring me back. She says maybe you heard when we were arguing. Sid thinks Alia and Rhea might have forced Mihika to lie. Rhea says my intention was something else, and Dida misunderstood. She says when they have accepted Prachi, then why not the daughter of the house? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.